Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's been a while since I've done a video, and this is going to be a review over the Smith and Wesson Bodyguard M&P 380. It's a nice little pistol, extremely small. As always, I'm going to talk about the price, what I like, what I don't like, and just go into some features and some accessories that you can put on this pistol. So, weapons clear, and let's go ahead and get into it. So let's start off by talking about the price of this pistol. It's low end, about $300, and that's with the Crimson Trace. Without the Crimson Trace, you can probably get it for well under $300, probably closer to about $250. I definitely recommend getting it with the Crimson Trace, even if you don't intend on actually using the laser for what it's meant for. Just because since this is such a small pistol, having that extra bit right there, just helps you have more to hold on to, and especially when you're wrapping your hand around it, and you can put your thumb right here on this too. Like I said, it's just extra space to hold on to, because without it, you can, if you haven't seen one of these without the Crimson Trace, just imagine not having this whole chunk right here and it just going straight across. I mean, that's a lot less space for you to be able to hold on to this pistol. Like I said, it's low end. You can probably get it for around $300 if you catch it on sale. Higher end, $400. I think I paid $360 for one, and then I think another one ended up going on sale for $320. I do have two of them, and this is one that I don't have anything on, and I'll go into show you the other one that I have put stuff on to make it more comfortable to shoot. So let me just go ahead and talk about the dislikes real quick, because there's not too many to get into. First thing is going to be the trigger pull on this thing, which can't complain too much about because it's part of the safety feature, because this is considered a pocket pistol. But still, it's got like a 12-pound, it's almost like a double action revolver pull to it. But like I said, it's part of the safety feature, so if you wanted to carry it in your pocket, you wouldn't have to worry about it going off, because I mean it's pretty stiff in there. But it does have a safety also, so if you want to get technical, it has two safeties if you include that heavy trigger pull. Another thing that I harp on a lot of these pistols about is the sights. I really like whenever they white out the front sight, or target dot something, but these are just all black. But that's something you can easily fix yourself, or just buy different sights for. Another thing I don't like about it is, for some reason, it is really hard to put back together. Whenever you take it apart, you have to line this pin up just right, and it's a whole, I think it's like I guess a 270-degree turn you got to do to get it to come off. It's not hard to take it apart, but putting it back together, you got to make sure everything's in just right to be able to get everything to fit in it right. And once you do it a couple times, it's not hard after that. But for some reason, this pistol really got me. I actually had to watch a video on how to take it apart, and I usually don't have to do stuff like that. So that's pretty much all the dislikes that I have about this pistol. I mean, it's a small pistol, so I can't be too hard on it, because it's meant for concealed carry. This is a great concealed carry pistol. This is a pistol I carry when I don't want people to know I'm carrying. You get an inside the waistband holster, it just disappears. I mean, if you can see that, it's the size of my hand without a magazine in it, which is another complaint I have. Not really the pistol, but the magazines that come with it. The one magazine that comes with it, this is the extended, has the extension on it, and I'll put it in here for you real quick to see. When you hold it, like I said, this is the extension that comes with it. It gives you 2 finger grips, and I have medium to large size hands, and it just allows me to put my 2 fingers on here, which isn't an issue, because honestly, putting your pinky on the pistol as a pacifier. It makes you feel like you have a better grip on it, but it really doesn't do anything when you hold the pistol. In fact, I'll show you when I put the next magazine in, but whenever you squeeze the pistol, if you squeeze with these 2 fingers, it goes straight back. Whereas if you had that thing right here and you squeeze with your pinky, you start to pull it down and you lose accuracy like that. So that's how they got away with making this pistol so small, because honestly you don't need to have your pinky on the grip whenever you're firing. So like I said, that was the extension, the magazine with an extension on it. The other one that comes with it fits flush with this, and that is useless to me. Like, you get a finger and a half space, be able to hold on, and that I'm not comfortable with that. Like that little extension, that one's fine. Like, that's great that comes with it, but that flat base one, it shouldn't even ship with that. And so what I did is I bought one of these, and this actually gives you a full grip on the pistol. I know I just said that the pinky is a pacifier, but when you first start shooting this pistol, it is pretty snappy. I definitely don't recommend this pistol to new time shooters, because it's got some snappiness to it, and there's just not a whole lot to hold on to, and so it's not a good pistol to have for a first time shooter. I'll put this magazine in there so you can see it. So it looks a little funky, but like I said, it gives you a full grip on the pistol, and that made a pretty big difference when shooting it. It makes you feel better when you're shooting it, because like I said, it is a snappy shooter, and it kind of wants to turn out of your hand, but this seems to help quite a bit, and it just makes you feel more comfortable. If I was to actually have to draw and use this pistol, I'd want to be able to get a good grip on it when I'm pulling it out of the holster. And so there's one other thing I want to show you on the other one. I'm going to pause the video real quick. So this is the other one I have. It's clear as well. And as you can see, that this one I put a grip on it. And like I said, it was just something that I put on there just so I could have because my hands, almost wrapped all the way around it without this grip on. And just didn't seem very comfortable to me. So I got this grip just hoping it would help, and it actually did way more than I thought it would. It's actually got a swell in it on both sides, and so it actually makes the pistol quite a bit bigger when you're holding it. And this feels really comfortable to me, especially with the grip extension. Like, this is how I always carry it. I carry it like this, and like I said, I really enjoy it. It makes it a lot better to shoot. It doesn't, it's not going to make your hand sting, and I'm a big fan of grips on pistols that need them, and this is definitely one I would suggest you get a grip for. As far as ammo malfunctions, stuff like that, the only time it had malfunction was with would be the last round shooting Hornady Critical Defense. I honestly think it was because the mags were new, the springs in there were really nice and tight, and the feed ramps on all these compact pistols are always so steep that I think the magazine spring just pushing up and it being a lighter round, it just pushed it up and it actually caught in the slide. That happened, I think, twice, and I believe it was the same magazine. I don't think the other one it did that. So more of a magazine issue versus a pistol issue, but still a problem, and that's something to look out for if you decide to pick one of these up. Just test out both magazines and make sure they're working the way you want them to. And another thing I want to harp on these magazines, they're 6-round magazines, and for it being such a small pistol, that's great. So it's 6+1, so you're getting one more shot than you would versus a revolver in a smaller round. Of course, you're not shooting like 38 Special or 357 Magnum. You're shooting a 380, which some people don't like. I don't have an issue with it. It does what it's supposed to do, like every other round. But with these magazines, if they would make an 8-round magazine for this pistol, it would come down to about as far as what this extension that I put on here does, and then you'd have 8+1 rounds, and so you're shooting 9, and that's a significant improvement over shooting a revolver or having the 6+1. but for some reason they don't make that, and I wish they would, because that would be great on this pistol. They make a 10-round magazine, which is just ridiculous. It sticks out like down to here, and I haven't heard very good things about it. I wouldn't suggest getting one of those. So one last thing I want to talk about is the holster that I use for it. This is I think I might have had this in one of my other videos. This is a Raw Dog holster. They make great holsters. You can get them in whatever color you want, and it's just the Kydex with leather backing. Comfortable, and like I said, this one, it's inside the waistband, and when you put this inside your waistband, you got a shirt over it. Doesn't even have to necessarily be a baggy shirt, a normal fitting shirt. This pistol just disappears, which is great. This is a great summertime carry gun, and if you can tell by the holster, I've carried it a lot. It's already getting a little bit of wear in it. The pistol itself has held up pretty great, no rust, nothing like that, and so it's a good quality pistol. And like I said, other than the trigger pull being a little ridiculous, but understandable, and actually, it's the type pistol that it's meant for, a 7-yard confrontation, and you're not going to be shooting distance with it. Not saying you can't, but it's not really designed for that. It's a pocket pistol meant for personal defense, and that's what it's good for. Another thing that I do like about it is the trigger. It's double strike capable, so if you wanted to practice on the trigger pull, trigger squeeze, since it is a little harder than other pistols, this you can do that, which is nice, because a Glock, you always have to rack the slide back every time you pull the trigger. Double action pistols, you have to do you got to pull the hammer back as well to get the same type of trigger pull as you would on it. And this one got that double strike capability also. If you're shooting some not good quality ammo, and the primer, for some reason it's not going off on the first time, you got the next shot to try it. Don't know if I would continue shooting that ammo if you got that ability, but it is what it is. Now the laser, I didn't really talk about too much, because I don't use it when I'm shooting it. Like I said, it's just there to add more to the gun, be able to put your thumb in when you're trying to keep your index finger off the trigger. But it's got just the regular beam, and then it's got strobe. I got a light pointed down on here, so I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but yeah, so it's got that, and then the strobe, and the red buttons on both sides, so a little bit ambidextrous, but also, how I hold my hands on pistols, I'm able to use my left thumb to turn it on if I wanted to. So that's pretty much it, guys. A little bit longer video than what I was intending to, but it was a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover. So hope you liked it. Like I said, this is a good pistol to concealed carry. Takes some getting used to on that trigger pull, but other than that, it's great. If you like 380, then I'd say you probably really enjoy this pistol. I also want to say again, this is not for beginners. Small pistols are never a good thing to start with for people that are new to handguns. I don't know why people assume that the smaller pistol is better, but honestly, starting them off on a larger pistol and then working down to something like this is a better idea. But other than that, guys, like I said, good pistol. And if you got any questions on anything you saw here, just let me know in the comments. I'm pretty good about answering questions. And like and subscribe. I'm going to try to start making more videos again. Like I said, it's been a while since I made one. Been pretty busy, but I got all kinds of handguns and rifles I'd like to show you guys. So thanks for watching.